The Camaro is worse than I thought, and today I'm going to explain why the Camaro is going to be down for quite some time. Welcome to the Durpamax YouTube channel. I rebuilt a 99 Z28 Camaro and I thought I was squared away until there was some signs that I was completely wrong. Now let's get into that. It's pretty hot today, so we're gonna do this part in the shade, but let's rewind all the way back to me rebuilding this car. So pretty much what I had to do was replace the suspension on the front passenger side for the front suspension, and that went fine. I mean, from the wreck, the lower control arm bracket where it mounts to is bent, so eventually I'm gonna have to get a new subframe for the car. So it slightly pulls to the right if you leave your hands off the car, but besides that, it drives straight. So that went pretty well. On the rear end, we had to completely replace lower control arms because they were blown out. Now, what happened in the wreck is this car went over a roundabout. Dukes of Hazzard style, very fits my YouTube channel, but that's the point of tension because at the time we only needed to replace the lower control arms. Nothing else seemed super bad that we needed to attend to. The pumpkin was already leaking from the cover, so that wasn't too much of a concern. We could deal with that eventually. However, over time, slowly, both the wheels started turning inwards towards the top. Now, I chalked this up to panhard bar because if you push on the suspension, everything creaked. The bushings looked shot. So I ordered a panhard bar a month ago, and I was going to fix it, and I was going to call it good and go on a road trip to Seattle with the car. I was super excited, but yesterday I went to go on a cruise with my group chat, and I just noticed the car just driving completely horrible, and I knew something was up from there. Once I got to the meeting location, I got out, I looked at my tires. My tires are bald, so I knew there was going to be a point where there's going to be wires showing. However, the tires are prematurely wore on the insides, and that should have been my first sign a long time ago that it wasn't just a panhard bar, but I was naive and wanted to believe otherwise. So what does this mean for the car, and what are we going to do next? Well, it unfortunately means the Camaro is down again, and that absolutely sucks. I was having so much fun with this car. Now, it didn't drive perfect, but it drove pretty good. But there was signs that it wasn't right. And I didn't know how to read those signs, so I waited till something was obvious. The car finally gave it to me, and now we need a new axle. Now, it could technically still be wheel bearings, but the car doesn't drive like there's bad wheel bearings. It drives like something isn't dialed, like there's a misalignment, and that grew over time. It didn't just happen overnight. Now, for those who know about F-body Camaros, the rear end is a solid axle. There's nothing that controls camber on the rear end. So the fact that both tires are prematurely wearing, both on the insides of the tires, and they're both tilted up into the body, means something is really wrong. So I'm going to try to sell my parts car for cheap so I could put this back in storage until I can afford to get a new axle. Now, I'm not just going to do a new axle, however. I am going to upgrade the gears while I'm at it to 3.73. That way I still have good highway RPMs, but I still have a little bit more oomph to the car. So while I'm at it, I mean, it's going to help us in the long term, but it's just, I wanted to capture this raw emotion that I have because I'm still pretty down about it. I found out about it last night and it was too dark to record a video then. And I'm disappointed, but I'm mostly excited for the future because I'm thinking, even if I find a used axle housing, still going to be $1,500 to $3,000, depending if I find an axle used and how cheap it is, the gears, and maybe labor, because I don't think I'm going to be doing the axle. At least not yet. I don't really have the capacity to do the axle, and I'll show you why. If I were to do the axle here under the carport, it's such a slope, so it's just dangerous to do. And it's been pretty sketchy working on things. under the carport. Now the second idea is to work on this at the storage shed I have after I get the parts car sold. However, there's not much room in there for anything. You could barely open the doors in there, so that's yet another bad option. And I only have a jack. I have little tools because I just started this journey 2 years ago with you guys, so I'm not comfortable doing axle just yet. Now when we get the axle, I do have UMI, panhard bar, and panhard bar relocation. So once we get the car driving, we're gonna have an excellent episode here on the Durpamax YouTube channel because I feel like this car's gonna drive like it's brand new after we get those parts in. Because besides that, sway bars aren't new, but everything else would be new on the rear end, and I think this car's just gonna drive even better than it did when the previous owner had it. So there we have it. That's my yap sesh about the Camaro being down for a while and how it was my fault that I didn't know what was going on. So if you enjoyed this video and you're excited to see the Camaro make a return, make sure you subscribe. If not, I have plenty of Durpamax content, aka LMM Duramax content that you could watch too. I feel down, but it's not gonna keep me down. I'm gonna work hard and always derp to the max. See you in the next video.